nice. Sounds of the highway next to us. All you can do sometimes. These are kind of cool little rest stops. Pull up and have your lunch. A little bit of a green space. Enjoy a break from the traffic. Quite enjoy it. The only downside is if you don't have lunch, you're kind of screwed. You just rest. Anyway, cheers. Well, it was a cute little restaurant. That being said, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Denny has ruined me for club sandwiches. I need avocado on a club sandwich now. Damn you, Denny's. Damn you to hell. So I'm in just outside Edmundston, New Brunswick at the moment in St. Joseph's Parish. The lady that owns the AirBNB owns this land, and it's on top of a little mountain, and gives you quite the spectacular view into New Brunswick. It's absolutely stunning. I don't know if a camera would ever do it justice. Anyhow, the one thing I did forget to say about Cole's friends yesterday is one of the reasons I'm so privileged to actually know them and haven't gotten to know them, and is just the amount of talent that they have. I don't think they realize how much they're going to actually change the world and do things for the world. And changing the world doesn't necessarily mean the big things. It's always the little things that add up into the big thing. And I think to a person, they're all going to do fantastic things. They're absolutely brilliant young people, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm very honored to know them. Moving on to today's events. So today left Cornwall, where I camped and actually slept very well. Coyotes were yipping and yapping, and baby was crying up until about midnight, but that's all good. That's all part of camping. Then this morning, why I set my alarm clock for 6 a.m. I don't know, but once I got up, it was hard to go back to sleep, and I kind of had to pay the price, right? You pay the price for your own mistake. Anyhow, packed up, left, and drove through Quebec. Unfortunately, for about half the drive, it was just raining. It was terrible. Hit some traffic outside of Montreal, which was surprising. But then it was pretty uneventful. A couple things of note. I did stop at a couple rest stops, and I tried to get some pictures, but really even there. It was just a little bit overcast, just enough to make things not that great. And a couple things of note. One, I saw Tesla from Ontario pulled over, which made me realize I hadn't seen any Teslas at all in Quebec. So I don't know if Quebecers in general are not a huge Tesla fan base, but that was one thing. And two, they have these massive deer signs, so they must, and the best illustrated deer signs I've seen in Quebec, which was kind of neat. And so yeah, no, pulled in, and I wanted to see how long it would take for my phone to actually realize I was in Atlantic time, and that took about 8 to 9 minutes to actually change over. In fact, to a point I sat there and I'm thinking, well, maybe Edmundston's actually on Eastern time for some dumb reason. Anyway, it's kind of always a weird thing when you go from one time zone, like literally just step over a line and you're in a different time zone. So my continuing saga on Cole. So today I'm going to focus on Cole and who he is to me. You know, right from the beginning, it's you know, things you never forget. Right when he was born, just this little being, and I remember splashing my face, thinking, "Am I ready for this? Am I ready to be a parent?" And I gotta say, I think I'm an all right dad, but I think Leanne's a much better parent than I am. She did so much more when I was not able to because of work, and those are hard years, right? 0 to 5 are very hard years, and she did all that, right? She took care of him. Speech therapy was a huge thing for Cole. And the bumpy talk. One thing that always fascinates me about Cole is I've never genuinely seen him ever absolutely pissed off, which is flabbergasting, seeing as I'm his father. And I've got the Sicilian genes and he's got the Sicilian genes. He's an extremely talented young man. I think that he's got potential to do many things once he puts his mind to it. And I think Dalhousie will be a good experience for him. I think he'll grow up a lot. He'll see the world differently when you're away from everything. But in saying that, I hope he stays in touch with his friends because they've been a huge influence on his life as well. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We'll wrap it up here, and we'll continue on with the next journey tomorrow, which is I'm heading to a museum, a military museum in Woodstock, New Brunswick, where Aaron Boma is the person who actually runs it, and follow him on Twitter Spaces. Very informative with what's going on with the Ukraine war. And then off to Hatfield Heights, or Hatfield Point, sorry, I keep saying Heights, where apparently remnants of a hurricane are going to influence the weather for the next couple of days. As you can see, I think I made the right choice in not camping. Camping was just a little further than here, but there's no fun in camping when you have to pack up in the rain. Anyhow, take care, and we'll chat tomorrow.